Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today is going to be a very rainy day in North Carolina. But just wanted to show you some new things, give you some new tips and stuff like that. But I started a new book, and these happen to be on the clearance rack at my local Joann's. And I thought I would turn it into a sketchbook, but I think it's turned out to be pretty much anything book because, you know, I do follow Helen Wells, and she does the wonky chairs and the wonky vases and stuff like that. And I still do follow her and still like to mimic her. So, that's what I'm doing. And then I want to go back after I did this. I thought, well, I like how she colors the whole page, so I thought I'd go back and color my pages, which on this side I was going to do like the sketches, you know, and these all came from the collage soup books on this side and some on this side. But you know, I was going to do the you know, with the stamps and all, you know, how I do my sketchbooks. So anyway, so you can see this one's not finished, but I went back and just colored it because, you know, pretty much it's going to be covered up anyway, but just whatever, you know, I'm feeling that day. If I want to sketch, if I want to collage, and these come out of the collage soup book. And these were like 1 minute sketches, you know, like challenge yourself. What can you do in 1 minute? Collage soup, not collage soup. This here actually was on a watercolor thing I had where you just drip watercolor onto a page. And however it dries, you know, after it puddles up, you can turn it up and let it drip, and however it dries is, you know, you make your little people out of it. I don't know where I got that from, but I think it was my own creation. It's just one day when I did it and it dried out, and that wasn't even what I was going for, but it looked like people, so I said, well, I'll just draw something in that looks like people. This was another 1 minute sketch, and I decided to color it in and just, you know, and, you know, if you use alcohol markers, it's going to go through to the other side, but, you know, I flip it over and I say, okay, well, I really don't care if it gets on this side because I've got to color it in anyway, so, you know, it mainly doesn't go through to whatever I put down. And these were collage soup. So, you know, it kind of helps me. And all I did was trace it. And I really don't know what I'm doing yet, but to this page. But, you know, it's like a start. And this pattern here, someone was on Pinterest, did this pattern. And I liked it, so I did my own. This is collage soup, which this and this was out of Variety magazine. It's just the face. You know, this was the bear with the movie. I forget what the movie is, but anyway, I put the face on the bear. And these were out of Variety. And the white was out of the White Market collage soup book. Another little sketch. This I seen on Pinterest. Collage soup. Collage soup from the White Book. And I think some of this collage soup, maybe that come out of Variety, but that's what I'm saying, that when I think this may have come out of one of the, I can't remember, maybe collage soup. Okay, and this may have been out of Variety, but then I'll see one eyeball and I said, okay, I got this other eyeball that's come from collage soup, And that's kind of like how it takes off. If I see just one eyeball, I could say in my head, hey, I got this other eyeball. And I think this here may have been out of variety, but I think for the most part, maybe the tennis shoes I like, because I did a little girl, and I said I like the tennis shoes, and I had the flower, and really I just had the little girl with the wings. And then I had the flower, and then I seen the tennis shoes, but I liked the tennis shoes because they was really vibrant and contrasty. So then I seen this page in Collage Soup where she has the freebies that has the sayings on it, and it says she conjures wonder. So I just put wonderment, and then I put the E backwards, and I put like this was EW, but since I didn't have a M, I turned it over, and actually this was an M that I turned over because I didn't have the W. So I said, okay, I'll put the M upside down, but then when I come over here and didn't have the W, then I put the M upside down. But anyway, that was that one. And then here was a page out of Variety magazine, and I liked it really good. So I said, okay, I'm going to try to sketch it. So there's my kind of little sketch. And try not to get glare on it, but you know, it's not going to be exactly, but you know, that's how you enhance your sketches. And then I'll color it in at some point. And here was another Collage Soup. And I believe pretty much everything on this is Collage Soup. Several different books. And I think this bird, the bird head was separate from the top, from the skirt to the legs, was all different. And here's one I've started out of the latest one. And the rabbit came from one of the freebies, which, here's another little trick. Okay, so she did have like this skirt, and the skirt really didn't have a lot of color, but then when I seen this, you know, in the next 99-cent thing, and I have to look it up, I've got them all, the pages in my other book, but anyway, so I cut the skirt off and laid the skirt flat like this forward, and then just fill it with paper, and then turn it over and recut it out. You know, just lay any kind of paper for the skirt, however you want her skirt to look, and I recut it out, which I don't know if it really looks like a skirt, but I guess because you have to add the lines or something. But nonetheless, I like how it looks. And the little legs were like that, but you can do like that, like she's kicking her heels, or something to that effect. And I like the Mackenzie Child looking thing with the rabbits and stuff like that. So I like polka dots, and stripes. So I thought I would do something to this effect. I'm not going to do it today, but this was the start of one, and this come out of that also. But here was, okay, I have dragged this book out now. This is Heidi Swap binder, which I'm keeping all of my, it was Texturmania. And I'm keeping all of the ones in here because, you know, you can get overwhelmed. And as I'm looking through something, I might be saying to myself, okay, oh, I like that. Oh, I already got that downloaded. So I, you know, heaven's sakes, I don't want to go back and download it again when I know I have it and I can just go to my computer. And they were all downloaded to my phone. And she did say the other day after she uploaded a new configuration, I guess enhanced her website, she said to better off to download stuff to your computer, which I agree. It's going to, you know, fill up your phone. But I can't keep up, so I keep all the first pages, front covers to all my books in this thing, and that way I can pull it and say, okay, if I go back and do Marry Me, then I say, okay, I've got that one. You know, I couldn't remember if I had that one, but, you know. So anyway, that's that. So, and I'm as bad as Dina Wakely when it comes to trying to stay focused on one thing at a time. Oh, I want to show you these two little tips. Okay, so the other day I was telling myself, I said, you know, I like the deckled edge to the pages. And I said, well, you know what? I have the ruler where, you know, you can tear it, but Lord knows I can't tear a thin strip down the edge. But these scissors here, I've had this thing here with the pack of scissors for some time. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I'm using the yellow ones that look like that. And I'm making my own deckled edges, as you can well see. And I think it makes really good deckled edges. Here's at night, you know, in front of the TV, I'll just sit there and just cut the edges off. But I do think it does quite nicely, if that's what you like. Okay. And then one other thing, I don't have enough room as usual. One other thing I wanted to tell you all, that look how clean this brayer is. I never can make my brayer work. But the other day, you know, I don't keep my brayer this clean at all. This thing was filthy. And, you know, I'll wipe it off. And, you know, it's really black all over. And it looks pretty much like that. But the other day, I accidentally got a piece of tape stuck on it. And when I did, it pulled up every bit of the black. I don't know, I went to jerk on it and it just peeled it up, because, you know, paint is acrylic. And acrylic is basically plastic. I mean, this here is acrylic, these little blocks. But basically it's plastic. And it ripped up the whole thing, all that gunk that was on here. And if you like, you know, just take your little, what is it, your knife or something, and just pick it up and just rip all that off, and you'll be amazed. I mean, I was shocked. I said, oh my God, I thought all that was stuck on there forever. But anyway, okay, so then going on to number 2. So, I thought, you know, each time I do a journal, which we're going to do a walkthrough of one of my old journals, I just happened to be flipping through Pinterest, and I seen where, you know, I like this page out of one of the Jumpstart journals. And I thought, okay, I have all these pages. I take out all the middles. Anytime I get a journal, I take out all the middles. You go to where the seam is, and, you know, I rip up the thing with my little knife and take that one out. Then go to the next one with the little seam, rip them up, and I throw them, you know, on a big old stack. And then, so then I go and tape all of them before I show you all. So anyway, so, you know, to tape 2 together, you know, you're going to, I get my painter's tape and tape one side. You know, you're going to lay 2 down like that. and then put the tape down, and then that way you'll have one without it, one with it, da da da. Okay, and that's how that goes. One with it, one without it. And on these, I just go over it, and you know, you could put your underpants on or whatever you want to do with that, or paint over it, but usually I like to put underpants, or you know, make sure I do cover it. Okay, so then I was going through this Jumpstart journal, and you'll see when I go to the page I'm talking about in the Jumpstart. But anyway, I thought, okay, I'll just brayer this and give it the effect that's in here. But after I got to laying the washi tape down, I thought, I like that. But you know, I really wasn't that great, because when you look at the washi tape, it's not, you know, all that great looking, because you're just seeing, you know, a quarter of the round part. But after I put it down, it don't look so bad. But once I get to brayering it, well, I guess it's going to be covering it all up, so it's going to be a hot mess. Or either I could do the grid thing. Okay, so that's that, and we're going to run through one of my old Jumpstart journals, and I got on here keep, because I was going through, I got so many of them, I was going through them one day, and I thought, okay, the ones I really don't like, well, let me back up. This here is, I always try to do a pocket, which any of you who's been with me for a while, I've always cut the folder. I cut it across here, and then you have to, you know, once you cut it across here, then I slid it down the middle so I can open it up, and then you're going to slit this side, and slit off the top, and then you're left with this. And usually I like to do a tag or something. Okay, so I thought I'll pull out one of my old Jumpstart journals and look at the backgrounds that she did and see about incorporating that. And then that's where I come up with the grid in that one, because I thought, okay, I'll put the washi tape down, roll over it with the blue, let that dry, and then maybe go over it with the pink. But then I'd have to pull up all the washi tape and maybe just really lightly go over the whole thing in pink, because it looks like it's pretty much smeared, but even though you can see some squares. So I thought, you know, I'll take my cue from that, but that way we can also see. I'm not going to turn my book around, because then I'd have to turn my camera around. But anyway, you get the gist. In this book, I guess you could see it was 21, 22. And I love looking through my old journals to get my inspiration. And I forgot what I did this with, but I had bought some of the Vicky Bouton color wheels, and bought these little things to use, which they look just great the way they are. But I've used all the different colors, but I thought, you know, the Vicky Bouton, these I don't think were out back in the day, but now I can use these to make me a pattern. And you know, this was the Diane Reevely number stencil, which I've used a ton of times. This here was with washi tape, which I've covered it up so much I don't even remember what this side looked like. And I did washi tape, but not going all the way out to the sides. And then like she'll do the around here, and I guess I would like to try to mimic, bring it on over here. So I did it over here. I think I tried to do that in a bunch of them. Like this one, you know, was the brick. So I tried to incorporate that over here. And this was the one, you know, that was just plain. But I went ahead and cut it and just slid the lady up in it. And that's why it looks like that. And here's another one that both sides, I think, were like that. Or either I must have done one side. It's hard to figure out. Okay. And this side here had the little trim around it. I think I pretty much covered that up, but then I went over it with my stencil. Another brick pattern, and you can barely see the blue under here. And that was back in the day when I was really watching Tara and, you know, adding the faces, the funky faces to the bottoms. You see, I think the previous page was much like this before. And I think that's the trick, too, that if you're going to do backgrounds, you kind of need to do them light. You can't pick really dark colors for the middles. If you do, it's going to be hard to tell what you have. And I always used to like how she goes around her pages, you know, with the squares. And that's what I was trying to mimic. And I love this page. Don't ask me how I done it. I have no clue. I must have maybe took something round and just did like that around the page, and then maybe took my brayer and just smeared them after I'd put the undercoat of the pink gold. And I think I may have went over her edging, may have enhanced it, and then took it on around on this page. Done kind of the same thing here. Took that, enhanced the motif, and went all the way around, but left the center kind of light where it don't distract. And I was always taking pies and making skirts, which, you know, you can go this way with it, or you can put that up here and make it, you know, out this way, which I do have a couple of those where I take the pie, and if you bend it in and keep folding it kind of accordion like, it makes a cool little skirt too. And this is where I was really into buying her collage sheets and her stamps. So I thought that I may go through here for get some inspiration. And I think these come out of Variety magazine. Every now and then there'll be a cartoon that's out or something to that effect. Oh, and to talk about the painter's tape too, it don't matter if you use the blue or the green, because some people think, okay, is the blue better than the green, vice versa. No, it's just that blue and green painter's tape is just like if you went and bought cereal. If you like Post or you like General Mills, that's exactly what that is. One is this brand, one is this brand. One is Frog Tape, the other is I forget what the blue's called. This is back when I loved the bubbles, and I still love the bubbles, because I bought one of those things that stamps out, you know, all the different circles. And I still do love to save jewelry, and the pages that have, you know, lipstick thing and a dress, it might have a hat, a pocketbook, you know, stuff to buy. I like cutting out those little things, like that perfume bottle. I think I put Earlene was on a mission in her boots. I love to get the variety magazines. Is very good if you want to have big words or different colors of letters and stuff. They're very good for that. And the pages are nice and thick and sturdy, and you know. I love this page. I don't know if that page, I haven't got to the back yet, but my page that I did like this, and the thumbnail was like this, I think, is one of my overall top videos. I mean, my videos don't you know, get a lot of views, but that is one that's had a whole lot of views. And you know, that these letters, you know, come from Dollar Tree, the rub-ons. And I just took it around here and made that motif. I used to love using the models. Anything that was funky and fun. That's a colorful page, and I'm pretty sure this was out of Variety magazine. And I like using frames, anything round, plates, round jewelry, another plate, anything square. I like cutting out lamps. I like cutting out artwork. They're always good for background. Some of these I'm seeing for the first time since 2021 myself. I thought I would go through it earlier this morning, but I said, well, we'll just go through it together. We'll both be surprised. See, and this is some of the words that come out of Variety magazine. See, that's what I'm saying. A ton of words, different colors, what have you. This was probably Variety magazine. This was Variety magazine. This was the Diane Reevely collage sheets. This was back when I was, which I may do this again, you know, just putting a blob on one page, folding it over, and then opening it back up. But, you know, you're going to get that real textury, bumpy effect. So it's kind of hard to have it tape and stay down. But that's why I put some, I think that's where I started putting so much glue on everything. But then, you know, the more glue you put down, maybe you won't have it to pop up later on. I'm pretty sure that come out of Variety magazine. I always love cutting out the J'adore bottles. I always like cutting out the flowers, like I said, the jewelry. And you know, that was already on here. That design was already on there. I just, the squares, I just took a pen, you know, went around the squares. And just colored the, you know, it was all gray. I just colored that in orange. These letters come out of Variety. And the thing of it is, I get Variety Magazine from Discount Magazines, and you for $2 you can get 52, because it comes out once a week, 52 magazines. So, you know, you might get one and you might say, there ain't nothing in here, because it might just be a bunch of actors, actresses in there, you know, what have you. But there'll be some magazines you'll get and there'll be a ton of stuff in there. But think about the other magazine subscriptions that you get that you don't get but 10 magazines, and 5 of them may be hit or miss. But this way you'll get 52, and if nothing else, I let mine pile up. You know, I go through them and say, hey, I'm going to keep this page of words, this page of words. And I know that I can always pull from it. It says, if you're throwing a dinner party, this was someone saying, if you're throwing a dinner party and the guests are picky, it's always a good idea to serve rice. Anyway, and these were out of Variety. This was out of Variety. I was always trying to make a face out of other objects. These were out of Variety. And I think these here may be out of Variety, or no, these could be coming out of Vogue. I'm not sure on that one. Just some more laying down the blobs, folding the pages together. And then this is my own, I think, Diane Reevely stamp. And this side was already done with the blocking, and I just, you know, brought the blocking over here on this side, tried to mimic, you know, that side. But, you know, your colors aren't going to be the same, but your colors might pop more. But that's like I said, that the more they pop, though, is the more trouble you're going to have trying to make something go on that page, unless it's like black and white does well, and, you know, it can't be just as colorful as the background, or it will blend in. And I love doing word collages back in the day. Like I said, here's more of the jewelry. I love globes. And the little girl, she's so sad. She's so sad. And this was some of my 6x6 paper. Just tear some out, put it down, and I think this is part of it. I love this page. I think I may have took one of those squeegee things, you know, that had the pattern in it, and pulled it through, and then put the thing, the rub-ons from Dollar Tree, and that's what made this too. Okay, guys, I think that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed this little video today, and if you could, hit the like and subscribe, and as always, see you